So, I'm Sonic Da Hog, and if you're just some rando who clicked on this video wondering who's this nerd who thinks he's important for 500 subscribers, well, I don't care whether you care about me, but can't we all just appreciate 500 is such a beautiful number. I mean, look at those curves on the 5. In some iterations, they're straight, and the zeros, there's 2 of them. Beautiful number. So if you didn't know, about a month ago, I made this poll on my community tab where I asked you guys, or at least the 410 of you or something who were there, to vote on what the 500 subscriber special would be. And according to the poll, the 19 of you who voted, thank you for that, you said to explain the reason behind my channel name, so that's what we're doing today. Our small journey today starts with a website that probably a solid chunk of you might know. It's this coding website known as Scratch. And on this website, the one thing that I would want to do is make some sort of Sonic game like this. But the thing is, I was really good at Scratch as a child. I liked coding, and that's also what I like doing now. I like coding a lot. So, one thing you might see about this is there are a lot of games. But along with this, at the same time, this was like 2019, early 2020-ish, there was also where I started actually getting into some of the YouTube. And this is where I found something called Sonic sprite animations. And these are a work of art on another level. And after watching a lot of these, I wanted to make my own. But I was dumb and I chose to make them on Scratch. I didn't know how to animate. All I knew how to do was put a few blocks together and make things move. So I would make these things on Scratch. But you know what would happen? You know what very, very unimportant thing that happened in the same year? This little thing. Not gonna say it, but I think we all know what it is. So because of this, I wasn't in person. I was online. And my YouTube usage increased, because I didn't use YouTube really at all before this. If I were to watch something, it was just TV, but now, we watch YouTube now. And because of that, the sprite animation and Scratch enjoyment of sorts went up a lot. And because of this, not only was my school online, but so were my friends. So, as children, they talk to each other. But because of that, our school used Google accounts, and so we all talked to each other on Hangouts. Yeah, pretty cringe, I know, but Hangouts was easy, it was convenient. But then at the end of that school year, mid-2020, I guess, they banned us. No one could further use Hangouts. But because we were still online, most of us, by the next school year, late 2020-ish, September, we all still needed somehow to talk to each other, because you can try and stop people, but they're gonna keep finding a way to bypass it. So we found this neat little site that some people had already called Discord. You know Discord, don't act. And yeah, I have a Discord server, unrelated. But the point is, on Discord, you have a username of sorts. And as a child, I needed a username. But because I'd only be talking to my friends for the most part, I'd just use a username that has my name in it, because who cares? But eventually, I understood that if I was going to talk to other people that weren't my friends, it wouldn't be wise to have my name instead of username. So, I needed to think of a new username. And you know how I said I would watch a lot of sprite animations? Well, I found this guy called Triangly who made Sonic sprite animations which were pretty entertaining. And there is one clip that changed everything. Here it is.
I'm Sonic Da Hog.
Yep, that's it. My username from then on was Sonic Da Hog. And you might think, wait a second, that's not your current username. You're right. My username isn't Sonic Da Hog. But if you ever noticed, I said this was happening during September-ish of 2020. And you know what else was very popular in September of 2020? It's this little game that I like to call Among Us. Well, okay, you can't call it cringe, it was 2020, everyone was playing Among Us, and because of this, me and my friends, we'd play Among Us as children do, and I needed a username for Among Us, but of course, my oh-so-precious username, Sonic Da Hog, couldn't work, because Among Us limits you to 10 characters, and if you can't count, this is 11, excluding spaces. So, I needed a way to change it. And then my brother came up with this genius idea. Instead of the, which is 3 letters, change it to Duh. And this is how I came up with the name Sonic Da Hog, with a little bit of help from my brother, and a little bit of oil grease from Triangly. So, here we are now, 500 subscribers. That's pretty crazy. But you know what's even crazier? There was an original Sonic Da Hog channel. This channel, the channel that I created on December 18th, 2022, wasn't the original one. If the channel was created 2 years after I came up with the username, yeah, it wasn't the first. Well, the first thing to use it. The first channel I had with Sonic Da Hog. You can find it. I don't have any personal stuff on it, so if you find it, good job to you. And if you find it, link it in the comments, and I'll respond on that channel if you're correct. But, thank you all so much for subscribing. I just made my goofy little Sonic videos, and hope people would watch them, but then I made a slightly less stupid Sonic video, and people did watch it. And we are here now, on my 69th video, with 500 subscribers, which I think is probably the best milestone ever. So, thank you.